It's pretty amazing when you think about it. Me, as a weekend warrior, a mammal, I have a better bike than even Remco Evenepoel. The amateurs, us wannabes, we have better bikes than the professionals in 2023. This is a Tarmac SL2 S-Works Tarmac, Specialized Tarmac, all right? This bike, Specialized, puts so much money and effort into designing and manufacturing, etc. It's made in China with all the other S-Works carbon bikes. And it is just rides so amazing. So amazing. I've got a couple of these bikes. I've got one of the BSA, one of the BB30, OSBB. They ride so amazing. This is the bike that was in the era of the Super 6 Cannondale and the Canyon Ultimates and the Cervelo R Series and Trek Madones and the Mondas all coming out around this sort of time. And so the Specialized put the emphasis on making a bike that actually felt amazing when you put the power down. This bike handles so well. It's so aero. I mean, look, you got the braking track. It's a 622 millimeter disc. 622. So it dissipates heat really well. And it's a recessed brake track, so it's super aero. And look how there's hardly any spokes on the wheels. Now, if you look at Remco Evenepoel's SL7 S-Works, which I've also owned and I didn't rate, there's so many spokes in the SL7 wheels. So this is much more aero. Less spokes, with that big pizza cutter front and rear, more aero, okay? And there's external cables, which just makes it easier to service on. And people say, oh, this is not as aero. It's not as aero. But then they've got fucking pizza cutters on their front and rear forks. It's hilarious. Anyway, so this is lighter than Remco's bike. If you know, you know. It just rides so amazing. So cycling, road cycling, is the only sport and triathlon where the amateurs, us wannabe pros, us weekend warriors, us mammals, have a better bike, a better tech than the professionals do. Isn't that absolutely amazing? What other sport other than road cycling and triathlon do the amateurs, the clown world, us folk, have better product than the pros? Isn't that amazing? Absolutely killer bike. Probably the best. People say, Harley, you've ridden all the Tarmacs since 2004. You've ridden all of them. Which one's the best? I'm going to say the SL2, and then the 3, 4, 5, 6. There's not much difference. But the SL2, it's a magic bike. The SL1's great as well. They're all fucking awesome, except for the disc brake ones. They're heavy and sluggish. But it's just great. 27.2 seat post. It works. External cables. This bike is very, very, very special. If you know, you know. We'll just slow down here so the audio is not too... I was very fortunate a few years ago. I was one of the first persons in Australia, to own the S-Works SL7. I was one of the first people in Australia to own one of them back when there was all these COVID restrictions and stock. I was just lucky enough to obtain 2 SL7 S-Works. They were a replacement for some previous Tarmacs I owned. And I was very excited because you were like, my audience was like, get the SL7, mate, check it out. I was like, okay, suss it out. It's got disc brakes. I didn't realize how bad it would ride. I was like, wow, this is insane. And I got Natasha to ride it before I shared my opinion. She's like, I don't like this. She's all excited. Oh, new bike day. And she got to ride it a few minutes after me. And she's like, The blue color was amazing. It looked really nice, the color. But then with all the extra spokes and the rotors, it's like, it's like a polished gravel bike, which I already have. So it's just, these Tarmacs are absolutely amazing and they're dirt cheap. All right. I just got one a few weeks ago in Sydney for $750 Australian, $750 Australian. What's that where you are? Dirt cheap. Probably could have got it cheaper. But I was like, how cheap do I really want it? All right. How much do I really want a low ball? Okay, but dude's just like, and here's the thing is that you tell these people who are selling this stuff, oh, this stuff's better than the new stuff, and they're just like, dude's on crack. That's what they think when you tell them that the new stuff's worse. Like, I do it all the time. I tell people, keep your bike, mate, the new stuff's crap. And they're just like, yeah, cool story, bro, cool story. Or, hey, I watch your videos, that's cool. Anyway, that's the deal, it's the rant. First world problems, I'm living in dream world here. All the best bikes in the world that 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I couldn't afford are dirt cheap now. I own over 60 high-end road bikes at the moment. By high-end, I mean good enough for the Tour de France. It is crazy, man. So if you do want to kill a bike, you don't know how to barter or what to look for, join my coaching group, durianrider.com. I'll find you an awesome bike, all your money back, wherever you live in the world. It would be New York or Oslo or Melbourne, Australia, wherever. I'll help you find a bike on Facebook, Gumtree, etc. And make sure you get a really good deal, a very nice bike that fits you, and I'll tell you what to look for in terms of like damages or stuff like that. Anyway, just had to share that. These bikes are freaking amazing. They ride so nicely. And the bike life. You can be sitting there, stuck in traffic, storing fat, or look me out here on the bike, being part of the solution versus part of the pollution, burning fat. Choice is yours.